From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update. Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Kruger in for Chase Wilson, of course, otherwise known as Brian Wilson, but his name has been changed to Chase. But there, of course, kind of filling in for him, I wanted to show you some of the rainfall totals that we have seen over the last 24 hours. And I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting to see this much rainfall. Look at that out at Reading Airport, 75 hundredths, almost an inch in Red Bluff, just under half an inch out in Chico as well as Oroville. Bernie, look at that, almost an inch over an inch in Shingletown. But as you head to the east, Susanville and Alturas, only about a tenth of an inch of rainfall. 2 inches out in Klamath, close to that in Crescent City. There you can see Eureka, about 77 hundredths of an inch of rainfall, almost an inch in Redway. So very impressive amounts of rainfall, but things are going to be quieting down here, especially as we go into tomorrow. Still some showers here and there, but certainly not to the extent that we just saw. All right, so we need to remember that tonight, before you go to bed or when you wake up early tomorrow morning, you need to set those clocks back 1 hour. Fall back 1 hour. It's also a quick reminder to change those batteries in your smoke alarms or your carbon monoxide detectors as well. Also, taking a look at the sunrise is now an hour earlier at 6:42 tomorrow morning. Your sunset is now going to be an hour earlier at 5:02 in the evening here for tomorrow. Now let's take a look at our weather headlines. Drier and warmer for your Sunday. Drier and warmer, especially going through next week. Now I do expect at times gusty winds even for tomorrow, but especially for the middle of next week. That is going to elevate that fire weather risk, unfortunately. But we're also going to be looking at a chance for some rain in the long range. When I say long range, not necessarily next weekend, but maybe into that next week. All right, let's take a look at your neighborhood forecast at a glance for the rest of the day today. It looks pretty ominous there, but we could just see a chance for an isolated shower or sprinkle here or there for the mountains and the coast. But I do think the valley will remain dry throughout the rest of the day today. All right, so let's talk about those winds. So as we go through today, not that much of an issue. But you'll notice, especially as we go into Sunday noon, around midday, we're seeing some pretty strong winds coming in from the north here, 15, 20, 25 miles per hour, and some pretty gusty winds even off to the east as well. But as we go into Sunday afternoon, the winds do start to subside. Then we go into Monday, and although the winds overall won't be that strong, a little breezy coming in from the north-northwest for parts of the valley. So what does that mean for our fire weather risk? Well, for today, not necessarily concerned because we do have some pretty good humidity levels out there. But look at Sunday. Around midday, we're seeing the humidity in the upper teens to low 20s. That is low enough to be a bit concerned about the fire weather risk should a fire start under those breezy, dry conditions. And look at Monday. I mean, midday, you're looking at low to mid-teens for those humidity levels. So once again, if those winds pick up, we've got a bit of an issue when it comes to fire weather. And yes, we are in November, but keep in mind that's not typically, that's not terribly uncommon for us to see the fire weather, really the fire season to even go into November. All right, but here's the cold front that moved through us last night and early this morning. Behind it, we still have a little bit of cool and unstable air, and that's why we're seeing some of those isolated showers here for the rest of the afternoon today. As you can see on Futurecast, 5 p.m., looks like, especially out towards Del Norte County, looks like some decent rain there. Isolated showers in Siskiyou County, Modoc County, Lassen County, even out towards the mountains of Shasta County as well. And we may even see a stray sprinkle or light shower this afternoon and evening for parts of Trinity County, but should be dry for the rest of us. And then as we go into tonight, 11 p.m., still seeing that activity in the mountains and along the coast, but still dry in the valley. Look at this, even tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., a stray snow flurry for some of those higher elevations, especially for Siskiyou, Modoc, and even into northern Lassen County. But finally, by Sunday afternoon, we're not going to be talking about any chances for rain. Things are clearing out and warming up as well. But check this out. As we go into Monday, we have a system that's going to clip Northern California, mainly move through southern Oregon, but places like Del Norte, even Humboldt, maybe even Trinity County, Siskiyou, Modoc County, even northern Lassen County could see a chance for a stray sprinkle, maybe a light shower, but nothing to write home about. But I do expect dry conditions on Monday for the valley. So yeah, I mean, that's something we have to watch here for early next week. But really, through next week, we've got high pressure, which is going to be building in through next week. Temperatures will warm up as a result, but we are going to be setting ourselves up sometime around the middle of next week with a north wind event. Low pressure to our east will dive down to the south. This area of high pressure I was talking that's building in, the difference between the two will give us a pretty strong north wind. Again, that could elevate our fire weather risk by around the middle of the week. As the area of low pressure and high pressure shift off to the east, our winds die down, but it's still going to be probably right around or above normal for this time of the year. Now, I've been watching these storm systems out over the Gulf of Alaska and the Pacific in general. And, the thing is, as this area of high pressure weakens, it will certainly open up that storm door. However, these storms are not very strong. So you can see as we go into Saturday, it does just clip us, but staying dry. But most likely staying dry through Sunday. We may see some rain coming into that next Monday of November 11th with the potential for some showers. But as you can see, even this storm system is not very strong. So we eventually do have some wet weather in the forecast, but even then it doesn't look to be all that significant. So our forecast for today, for the rest of the afternoon, still on the cool side. We'll call it partly cloudy in the valley with temperatures in the low 60s. For the mountains in the 40s, even some 50s, and we're talking mid to upper 50s out along the coast. Take a look at that 7-day outlook for the valley. There you can see, of course, the dry conditions. Now, it is warming up. You can see temperatures mainly upper 60s to low 70s here through all of next week when we're talking about the valley. We take you out to the coast, inland, and Trinity County. There's that slight chance on Monday for some of us, otherwise dry through next week and a little bit warmer as well. We take a look at your 7-day outlook for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains. We could still see a chance for a few morning flurries, especially out towards Modoc County and parts of the eastern mountains. And then there's that slight chance on Monday, although I do think Susanville, eastern mountains in general, should stay dry on Monday. Then we go for Tuesday through Friday of next week, still looking at those dry conditions and slightly warmer as well. That's your afternoon update. I'll be back again at 6 o'clock this evening for your latest forecast.